The massive Amazon Web Services went down, bringing parts of the internet and businesses to a standstill.
4 adults were found dead inside Fullerton apartment homes due to an overdose.
And Cal State's Fullerton basketball team are getting ready to tip off with their rally at Titan Gym.
OC News starts now.
This just now in tech news. The first responder on
There's been a lot of collaborative efforts.
I feel blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the
Broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton. OC News starts right now.
Good evening, Titans, and welcome to OC News. I'm Taylor Davis.
And I'm Julian Vallejo. Thank you for joining us on this edition of the 515 show. A major online disruption among Amazon Web Services halted numerous important softwares on Monday, causing temporary panic among millions of people. AWS, the cloud platform that powers numerous softwares including Canvas, Facebook, Snapchat, and Fortnite, saw a shutdown that lasted roughly 15 hours. The panic ensuing disruption rooted from a domain name system issue in its center in Northern Virginia. The failure blocked access to a crucial cloud database server, causing a widespread digital halt among many popular online services. The shutdown affected students' access to Canvas, a learning management system that allows students to complete their coursework.
An audacious heist took place at the Louvre Museum in Paris, France, leaving the world stunned and raising questions about security at one of the world's famous museums. A seemingly cinematic plot, the heist consisted of over $100 million worth of jewels taken in a strategically executed plan. The robbers, with their faces concealed, used grinders to break through the windows of the shoulder that's next to the Seine River, smashing 2 cases inside the museum. The robbers snatched 8 objects that included a royal sapphire necklace and its matching earrings, a diadem worn by Empress Eugenie, one of the most costly heists ever took only 7 minutes to execute.
A tragedy occurred in the heart of downtown Fullerton after 4 people were discovered unresponsive in an apartment complex. Jenny Guzman has more on the developing story.
I'm standing on Wilshire Avenue, where an ongoing police investigation is taking place behind me after 4 people were found unresponsive over a possible overdose. Fullerton Police Department received a 911 call on Tuesday morning about the incident where a friend found them in the Fullerton apartment complex unresponsive. Detectives revealed that they were 3 males and a female in their late 20s and early 30s.
I ran by it yesterday, and I just thought it maybe just had to do with like a resident or something. And my friend sent me a link saying that 4 people, there was a mass possible overdose, and they passed away, and it's devastating to hear.
Officials say there is no foul play suspected and no immediate threat to the public at this time. Family members were made aware of their loved ones' involvement, and officials have not yet revealed the names of the victims or the substance that was used. However, friends of the victims shared that they played softball together.
We used to have a team, and he would play with us, and then it's like a softball family. And so we would always run into each other, and we were pretty good friends.
This is an ongoing police investigation. We've reached out to Fullerton Police Department for further comment, but have not heard back. Reporting in Fullerton, OC News, Jenny Guzman.
The TSU has unveiled a new CPR training kiosk from the American Heart Association. Noah Skirson has the life-saving details.
The American Heart Association has opened an interactive CPR kiosk so students can practice the life-saving technique. The kiosk is placed between the food court and the alumni lounge of the TSU. It was funded and manufactured by the medical technology company Edwards Life Sciences to give passersby brief instructions and practice on CPR.
So with CPR, it's all about time. And the sooner someone starts compressions on someone who has collapsed and become unconscious, the sooner or more likely they are to have a chance of survival.
The kiosk gives instructions about hand placement, depth, and rhythm with a final test and a score at the end.
And so the kiosk itself has a mannequin on it that you can practice hands-only CPR on. It will give you reminders like you're not pushing hard enough or you're going too fast.
With so many people in the United States being affected by heart disease, being trained in CPR can save a life in a matter of seconds.
With 9 out of 10 people going into cardiac arrest outside of the hospital, it's important that people in the community are not just bystanders watching, right, the event happen or calling 911, but they're acting and performing that CPR and ensuring that person is going to live.
Over 350,000 cardiac arrests happen every year in the U.S., 20% of them outside of hospitals. Having these skills can save a life. Noah Scherson, OC News.
At the University of El Paso, students are learning from patients who can talk back to them, and thanks to their new AI-powered mannequins from the College of Nursing. Breathe, blink, and respond to students' questions, assisting them in preparing for real emergencies in a controlled environment. The mannequins can also provide immersed training, patient assessment, clinical decision-making, and emergency responsiveness. In attempts to better the region's nursing shortage, a $1.1 million grant was provided to the university's nursing program to purchase the mannequins. Coming up next, we'll hear from Noah Scherson on the weather outlook this week.
And we'll see what men's basketball has in store to rally students up for the season. Stay tuned.
What does it take to discover the greatness within you? It takes resilience.
When I first got to Cal State Fullerton, I felt lost. Then I found my community. It was like a caring family cheering me on.
I wasn't sure about being a chemist. My professor showed me I could.
People believed in me here, and I learned to believe in myself.
Discover the resilience within you at Cal State Fullerton.
Can I get the now bar, please?
$1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Let me get a now bar.
Sure. $1.
Appreciate you.
You got it.
526
Looking into the snow season, Snow Excursion has you covered.
Thank you, guys. Before we get to the snow season, we have to get to the weather here in Fullerton. Starting about our same day, we have a cool 72 degrees to start out with, a low of 59, a little bit higher for this week's standard. Light winds, we're not working with too much. As you can tell, my hair still looks great, so I didn't have to worry about that. Humidity at 54%. We are expecting that to get a little bit higher as we get to some more rainy weather. Sunrise at 7 a.m., so for all you morning birds who saw this, you guys are lucky. I was sleeping in. I'm enjoying my Z's. Sunset is at 6:08 p.m. We are expecting that to come back about an hour as soon as daylight savings ends next Sunday. Moving on to our 5-day forecast. Tomorrow, Thursday, we are at 76 degrees and it's going to be sunny. So a pretty similar day to what we had today. Tomorrow, for all you beachgoers, this might be your last day of somewhat feeling like summer. It's the hottest day of the week. If you don't have any Friday class, highly suggest you guys head to that. Going on to this weekend, we are having some partially cloudy weather. So heading into that winter season, the lows or the highs are getting lower. The lows are getting higher. That is because that top layer of overcast overnight is going to keep that warm temperature trapped in. Then on Monday, when we get back to school, just wear your sweatpants and a nice hoodie. It might not be It's going to be a little cooler in the morning, but in the afternoon, you might want to take that hoodie off and get ready for everything else. Moving on to some colder weather, the mountains are finally getting some powder. Mammoth Mountain has already received significant snowfall 2 weeks ago and is expected to get more later this week. Locally, Big Bear Mountain still looks rather barren, but is expected to get more snow as we get into November. Mammoth is currently scheduled to open on November 14th, while Big Bear usually opens on Thanksgiving weekend, might possibly open earlier depending on the weather. All right, guys, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to camp out on the slopes because I didn't spend this much money on an Icon Pass for nothing. Shredding back to Julian and Taylor, back at the desk.
Titan Athletics is putting on another great event tonight that's perfect for showing off your Titan pride. Colin Costigan has the latest.
For just the second time ever, the Night of the Titans Blackout Rally will take place here at the Titan Gym. After a successful turnout last year, Titans Athletics is running it back, featuring many fun festivities such as an obstacle course, hoops musical chairs, and other surprise performances. The doors will open at 7:30 p.m., where students can enjoy a free pregame pizza party before the rally begins at 8 p.m. This event also features the men's and women's basketball teams, as well as the track and field team. Of course, though, they will be ready to hype up the crowd. Titan Athletics spent a great deal of time putting this together for all students to enjoy.
Students can get involved for sure. We want that student engagement. That's the biggest thing, I think, when it comes to our department or space is more engagement, fan engagement, student engagement. That's just the best part. It's one thing to show up to a game, whether they won or lost, but it's another thing to be at an event and feel like you're actually a part of it.
Admission is free for all students. If that's not enough for you, they will also be giving out free Titan merch and gift cards to plenty of students. I might have forgotten to mention, there's a 3-point competition between the men's and women's basketball team tonight, but for obvious reasons, I won't be competing. This is the only night rally of the year, so come on out and don't forget to wear all black. Reporting from Fullerton, California, I'm Colin Costigan with OC.
From the baseball diamond, soccer pitch, and the ice rink, Diana Vilches has all the scoop on this week's sport action.
Dodger fans, did you catch the nail biter this past weekend against the Brewers? It was a game of clutch hits, strategic plays, and edge-of-your-seat moments. Batter up, Dodger fans. This past weekend, the Boys in Blues totally rocked it, smacking the Milwaukee Brewers with a final score of 5-1. Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman were on fire, slamming hits that sent the Dodgers soaring, and let's give a shout out to the bullpen. They locked it down. Keeping up with the Brewers, causing any late-night game chaos, this one was a total team effort, proving that the Dodgers are ready to bring the heat all season long. Why did the Colts win against the Chargers? Because they brought their A-game and the Chargers were all charged out. In a stunning display of offensive power, the Indianapolis Colts-led quarterback Daniel Jones dominated the Los Angeles Chargers this past weekend with a final score of 38-24. Jones led a reckless attack, finding open receivers like Michael Pittman Jr., who caught a 4-yard touchdown pass from Jones in the game, exploiting the gaps in the Chargers' defense, leaving the Chargers struggling to keep up with touchdowns and field goals aplenty. The Colts showcased their superior skill and teamwork, making it a tough day on the field for the Los Angeles Chargers. The Ducks delivered a home opener for the ages. Not only did they put on a show on the ice, but the fans showed up in record numbers. The Anaheim Ducks soared to the new heights, setting a franchise record for attendance at the Honda Center. A roaring crowd of 17,000 fans packed the arena, marking the largest attendance for a Ducks game in the venue's history. Adding to the electric atmosphere, the team gave away Wild Wing masks to celebrate their beloved mascot. The Ducks' performance on the ice matched the excitement in the stands, making it a night to remember for players and fans alike. Sounds like a blast. I would love to get my hands on the Wild Wing mask. That's all for today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Coming up, Dane Main has some important news for you HBO users.
Also after the break, Halloween is near and Horror Nights is in full effect at Universal Studios.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed. STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's all good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Whatever gets you talking. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Question about
Fullerton is home to many small businesses, but one shop is rolling into the local music scene in its own way. Sue Freyer shows us how a local business creates community through sound checks and skate decks.
Right next to Cal State Fullerton, there lies a skate shop unlike any other. Program Skate and Sound features skatewear and skateboards, while also serving as a venue for local artists to perform.
I think we set ourselves apart here because we have both sides. We have the music portion and the skateboarding portion. We also don't try and cool guy anybody when we have new people come in. When people ask us questions, we're genuine and we want to help, and I think that's a big thing.
From the sound of guitars to the roll of skateboard wheels, Program Skate and Sound stands for those seeking creative outlets in an industrial city.
Every 6 to 18 months, there's always things that are changing, so we have to be very creative.
Buying a board or a t-shirt can also score you free tickets to shows across Orange County, a promo designed to keep the music rolling and the youth culture alive.
Yeah, so we definitely partner up with different festivals and different venues, from the House of Blues to the Observatory to Chain Reaction to some of the bigger punk fests to some big shows, even like as big as like the Hollywood Bowl. We've definitely given away tickets.
On November 8th, Program will be hosting a pop-punk takeover amidst Vans Warped Tour in Orlando. For more updates, go ahead and follow them on Instagram at Program. Reporting for OC News, I'm Suhaiti Freyer. Back to you guys at the desk.
Let's see what's going on in the world of entertainment this week with Dane May.
Thank you, Taylor. Sad news at the music world this weekend as Sam Rivers, Limp Bizkit's bassist, passed away. He was found unresponsive at his home. The St. John's County Fire Rescue responded to a call for a non-responsive person in cardiac arrest. Rivers was pronounced dead on the scene. He had to step away from the band in 2015 due to liver disease he said was caused by excessive drinking. He rejoined the band in 2018 after choosing to go sober and receiving a liver transplant. Rivers founded Limp Bizkit with Fred Durst in 1994 and last performed this past August at the Leeds Festival in the UK. He will be missed. The new age streaming era remains turbulent as companies try and find their footing in an ever-evolving world. It seems as though HBO Max decided to follow suit in the streaming industry as they decided to raise their prices as well as begin cracking down on those who are password sharing. Disney+, Apple TV, Netflix all raised their prices earlier this year as the streaming industry continues to become more saturated with alternative options. The raised prices will be effective immediately for new subscriptions, and existing accounts will have a 30-day notice to renew their plan with the increased rate. Let's go from streaming to your couch to the big screen. A new romantic drama, Regretting You, will hit the theaters this Friday. The film centers around a mother and daughter who must learn to cope with their new norm after tragedy strikes them and betrayal is uncovered. Throughout, the pair will unearth family secrets, discover new love, and attempt to make their way back to one another. The film is a Colleen Hoover story, who has also wrote last year's hit movie, It All Ends With Us. The highly anticipated film will premiere on October 24th. That's all I have for you guys in the world of entertainment. Let's send it back to you guys at the desk.
Students are swapping stress for screams. Here's Miranda Palmas with the story.
As Halloween season takes over Southern California, thousands of people are stepping into the dark. Among them, college students looking for a thrill that's very different from the classroom. For many, this is their first time at Halloween Horror Nights, a night where fear and fun collide.
This is our first year going.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the first time I've been in horror mazes ever, and I liked it more than I thought I would. I was like, yeah, this is super fun.
Yeah.
For these first-timers, it's not just about jump scares. It's about laughing, bonding, and letting go for a night.
We came with a big group of friends to go do scary mazes.
From study halls to scare zones, college students are finding that a little fear might be the best cure for academic stress.
Midterms are stressful enough, but some students are choosing a different kind of adrenaline rush. Here at Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights, it's all about facing your fears for fun.
I love it. It's fun because I don't really get scared, so when I do get scared, it's fun.
There's something special about getting scared together that makes it less about fear and more about connection. For students, that shared rush is what keeps the night unforgettable. Reporting for OC News, I'm Miranda Palmas.
So Julian, what are you dressing up as for Halloween?
Well, since he's retiring soon, I thought there was no better time than to dress up as the greatest of all time, John Cena. And since he's a 17-time champion, gotta do it for him.
Sounds great. Thank you for tuning in into OC News this week. My name is Taylor Davis.
And my name is Julian Vallejo. Make sure to follow us on social media at TitanTVCSUF and OC News CSUF. Thanks again for watching and have a good night.